Hi fantasy managers, welcome to FPL Team Talk. In this video I'm going to go through my latest draft for game week 1. I'm going to look at the players that I have chosen and why I have selected them. Then I'm going to have a look at how they line up in the first couple of game weeks of the season. So if you enjoy these sort of videos, give it a like, don't forget to subscribe, and in the meantime, let's take a look. So this is my side as of my very first draft, and no surprises, there are a few changes that I'm going to make, and this is mainly due to transfers. It has something to do with pre-season games and team selections, and some of these is just purely because, not because they're not playing, but because they're having competition for places that are just has made their position a little bit not untenable, but a little bit up in the air. One or two of these players I'm just unsure about how nailed on are they. So let's just wipe out the players that we think are going to change. Kept Areola, no reason at the moment I don't think to believe that even for 4 million he won't start. We'll have to wait for news on that. Gabriel, yes, I've replaced White with Gabriel. I think that's a sensible choice. I do think he's the most nailed on Arsenal defender. Estepinian keeps his place. Van Hecke, he looks possible, but I just think Estepinian does have that attacking potential. The other two Brighton players have moved out. Now, I'm not sure about Matoma, and Ciso still looks really cheap. I'm just worried about his minutes and competition with João Pedro, Undav. You've got Evan Ferguson. They're playing a bit further forward. I know you've got Lallana can play also in that CAM role. And even Matoma, where this says Andrina, he's come on and played a couple of games and scored and been really promising. He's come from Area Division and he has got good pedigree. So he's not going out on loan again. That just worries me. I just think, I'm not sure he'll start ahead of Matoma, but he's definitely going to be taking minutes off him, you would have thought. So he scares me a little bit. Jesus, as we know, is injured, so he's had to come out. Ollie Watkins, nothing other reason than I've just had a reshuffle and put the money elsewhere. I don't feel I need 3 playing players on the bench at this moment in time. So the players that have come in, I love Onana. I think he looks absolutely brilliant. But the news on Chelsea signing Sanchez, that could possibly be another change. I like the fact he's so good with his feet as well. So that might be good with bonus points. And Man United's fixtures look pretty decent. 5 at the first 8 games at home. He comes in. Rico Lewis, he's up in the air. Gvardiol just being signed. I wonder how that impacts him. But he's played a couple of games in pre-season and he's been playing very far forward in them as well. Have to wait and see what happens in the Charity Shield. For 4.5 million, I will think about taking a punt on him. If he plays in the Charity Shield, yeah, he becomes a little bit more of a prospect. If he doesn't play, then I don't think it'll take me too much to move him out and look elsewhere. Digne, he's played a couple of games for Villa as well, so I'm hopeful he'll start, and he's an attacking player for a Villa side that have got decent fixtures. And Chilwell, but if Sanchez comes in, then I can move Chilwell and possibly look at Luke Shaw, who I think is more nailed with better fixtures. Although Chilwell's fixtures look really good, 3, 4 and 5. They've got something like Forest, Luton and Bournemouth, something like that. And so they've got some great fixtures. But as we'll see in a minute, I don't think he's going to be playing in my team for the first couple of weeks. Saka stays, no question, as does Mbeumo. Jesus comes out, and I definitely want 3 Arsenal players for my side with their fixtures looking so good. Odegaard therefore comes in. And Sterling, now I'm really undecided about Sterling. He's definitely someone I could be talked out of. He's played a lot of pre-season games. He didn't get massively good reviews in the last game. So again, wait and see how he gets on over the weekend for the pre-season fixtures. I'm not sure. I'm just unsure. It could be that I feel that I'll just go Matoma maybe better. 6.5 with their fixtures. Certainly for the first couple of weeks. I do feel this year I want to get off to a better start than I have in previous years. Always want to get off to a good start. But sort of saving Sterling for just game weeks 3, 5 and 6 doesn't feel like a good strategy. So Sterling for the moment, but he's definitely one up in the air. I've stuck it in Cuckoo up front as well. I think he just looks absolutely nailed for Chelsea's on penalties. And he's been scoring for fun. So I'm more concerned, less concerned now about Nicholas Jackson taking minutes, and Nkunku looks pretty good. Archer is just an absolute bench filler. Could be any 4.5. I picked him because I simply think I'm not going to want to treble up on Aston Villa. And I think he's got, if something happens to Watkins, he looks like the obvious choice to go up front. So this would be my draft for game week 1 as it stands. I'm 80% sure of most of these players. if that's a sentence that makes sense. I'm pretty sure about 80% of these players. There's one or two that are definitely going to change. I can see Sterling coming out. Wouldn't take much to persuade me, and then getting cold feet about Lewis, just because I think he might not get the minutes as well. And Onana and Chilwell could change. The rest of these look I'm pretty relaxed and pretty confident on. Let's see how these would line up in game weeks 1 and game weeks 2. So I think it is important to look at your team and how it's going to set up for the first couple of game weeks, rather than just picking a good side on fixtures. Who's actually going to play, and what do your fixtures look like in that first game week? So you see, I would play a 3-5-2. I'm leaving Chilwell on the bench at home to Liverpool, Digne against Newcastle, and Archer. Archer's going to be benched pretty much every week. That leaves me with Sterling and Nkunku at home to Liverpool. I can see Chelsea scoring, but they're very hard to know what Chelsea are going to be like this season. They had such a poor season last season, spent so much money, new manager, no other distractions. Surely they're going to be better than they were last season. So against Liverpool, yeah, I can definitely see them scoring. The rest of the team look pretty good. Arsenal got a great fixture as well. I'm stacked on them. Only thing I think I'll go into game week 1 worried about is that Luton game with Brighton, and I've only got Estepinian, so I would be over my shoulder thinking about Cisco, who's quite highly owned, and also the likes of maybe even a Welbeck or Ferguson, but definitely someone like Matoma and March could hurt me, so that worries me. Moving into game week 2, Chilwell possibly on the bench again. Rico Lewis, would I go him over Chilwell? The good thing about Rico Lewis and Manchester City, you'd have to say, is that Pep doesn't tend to take off too many defenders or make as many substitutions as a normal manager. So if he doesn't start, it seems less likely under Pep that he will come on. Therefore, Chilwell would just drop into that defensive role anyway. But if it could be that Lewis isn't part of that side. Saka, Arsenal have the Palace fixture away. I'm fairly comfortable with that. And Bremo, just for his price, I'm just going to keep him in there, whatever. And Kuku away at West Ham. So side doesn't look amazing, because you've also got Man United against Tottenham. And game week 3 starts to get better, but even though you've got those red fixtures with Newcastle and Tottenham, I don't think I'm going to want to lose Haaland or Rashford. They're definitely going to stay, so I'm just going to be grinning and bearing the fact that we've got 2 red fixtures. The biggest questions for me over this side is going to be Sterling, Onana, I think, and Rico Lewis and Chilwell moving forward. That's it for this one then, guys. Let me know in the comments below who you are bringing in for your game week 1. We'll be back at you later on the week before the deadline to finalise our team after we listen to the transfers and teams for the pre-season games. So make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and I shall see you soon.